By 2023, it would have been 16 years since Umaru Musa Yar'Adua became the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He spent 3 years, and unfortunately, he passed on. And then Dr. Goodluck Jonathan took over. He spent 5 years. And then Buhari, by 2023, God willing, would have spent 8 years. So which means Yar'Adua's 3 years plus Buhari's 8 years will mean 11 out of 16 years. 2 people from Katsina, they are not just Northerners, they are both from Katsina, would have been in power. And only 5 years would have been the one by Jonathan, a southern minority, as they called him. And now some people are already saying that power should not move from the north. I think that's a danger signal. That, for me, is a danger signal. In fact, one of the reasons why the Tinubu supporters were so cocksure that he will be the next president of Nigeria is because of the mythical, I will call it mythical because there is no evidence, the mythical impression that there was a gentleman's agreement between Tinubu and Buhari. So if already they are saying power will not leave the north, it means that they've already edged out Tinubu, they've edged out Otibajo, they've edged out all those who rushed, I don't know, either wisely or foolishly from their party to APC because they were hoping the mantle might fall on them. You had governors from Ebonyi, you had governors from Cross River who jumped ship and joined the APC recently. So that is that. But let's now look at all things being good. Let's say we are the ones who are just being paranoid. You know, Nigeria is full of paranoia. In fact, almost every Nigerian today can be accused of neurosis. So we're neurotic as a nation. So let's now say that, oh, we're the ones reading meanings to what is not. We're crying wolf where there is none. No problem. So I personally, I believe that APC should be punished for the mismanagement of Nigeria in the last 6.5 years, 8 years by 2023. That is my first proposition. They should be punished. If you fail an exam, you don't get promoted. If you fail, sometimes you can get rusticated if your results are so bad and the school gives up on you. They will say, no, you should never even get near the school again. Just go. Your parents can find somewhere else. The way Nigeria is today, we are just on the brink of collapse. Buhari has led us to the Golgotha. So my thinking is that if there will be elections, and I've told my young friends who want to contest, Kingsley Moghalu, Omoyele Sowore, I've told them the truth and the reality as I know it. They disagree with me, but Yorubas have a saying, the wisdom of the ancients shows very clearly, globally, not just in Nigeria, that it will take a miracle for a third force to emerge in a country as complex and as complicated as Nigeria. So we are left with only one option. If APC is so bad that we don't want to touch it, the only other option will be PDP for now, unless the party breaks up and then you have a happen with APC. Anything other than that, the two formidable parties, the national level of the state will be APC and PDP. And as such, I've advised those who want to contest, do what Donald Trump did in America hijack one of the political parties. If you believe you are that popular, let Sowore go and proliferate the APC with his supporters. Let Kingsley Moghalu go and invade PDP with his supporters, and let him go and prove his popularity to the stakeholders. At this stage, we are not talking about general elections. We are talking about who gets the ticket of the parties. If PDP is smart and they do the mathematics I'm about to tell you, they will coast home to victory, no doubt. What do they need to do? Because today, PDP looks weak. We don't even know who the leader of opposition is in Nigeria. Is it Jonathan or is it Atiku? The confusion is there. So what they need to do is to look beyond the regular politicians. Because right now, who are the regular politicians that they have in PDP? Atiku, Tambua, Rabi Kwankwaso, Bukola Saraki, and so on and so forth. I don't think any of them will be able to defeat an APC candidate with the power of incumbency. So what they need to re-energize their party is to go and bring a non-Caribbean politician from outside who has name and face recognition, who is a global icon, a man who knows people everywhere and people will feel comfortable with. If they get such a person and bring him, then the floaters party, the biggest party in Nigeria, is neither APC nor PDP. They are just formidable because they are the ones who practice politicking. So what they need now is someone who can bring the floaters party on board. Those are the youth that you mentioned earlier, sir. Yes. Those don't vote. That's why you see in Lagos, you have 4-point-something registered voters, but on the day of election, hardly will you find 1 million people. Because these people don't find anybody whose message resonates with them, whose face is familiar to them. It's the same people that by 2023, Atiku would have been contesting for 30 years. I love him. He's a businessman. He's amongst all of them. He has been able to run his own business successfully. But the young ones are going to question that, so are we going to leave Buhari at 80 or near 80 and go to another man who is about 80? I think those questions will be asked. Some of the other people, I don't think they have that kind of national platform and appeal. As a matter of fact, the reason why I believe PDP has a good chance is that if you look at it, anyone who can pick a good candidate from the South will definitely win. Contrary to the boastfulness of some northern politicians who keep boasting that, only the North can win. They will never get anybody as popular as Buhari in the North in a long time to come. Buhari contested 3 times, and twice he was defeated by Southerners. First by Odudua and later by Jonathan.